Hello! So this is part 6 and we'll be discussing about scene management. So here, we'll be creating a main menu scene and a loose scene. Let's get to it. Okay, so what we want to do is create new scenes. So as you can see here, we've been only using one scene which is named sample scene. So next is right click and create two new scenes. So this scene 1, so we would name this main menu, and let's create another one. So this is our, let's say, loose scene. Then we can also rename this, so it can be like level 1 or map 1, but for now I think map 1 is more fitting for this survival game. So I'll name it map 1. So it should change to map 1. Now with these two new scenes, we will like to set it up in our build. So go to File, Build Settings, or just press Ctrl-Shift-B. And then we would like to drag this in the scenes in build. So you can just drag. Well, we will want it to be like inappropriate numbering. So what we want is our main menu to be first, then map 1, then the loose scene. So ensure that every scene has a check, meaning that it is accessible once we add the script. So you can just click X. Now for the script. So for the script, we have here is main menu. So I'll be explaining this first before we proceed to applying it in our scenes. Okay, so as you can see here, we're using the scene management library. So this is important to add whenever your script has to do with scene management, per se, moving to another scene when the conditions are met, and so on. So don't forget to add this on your script. Okay, so moving on to our class main menu. So what we have here is a show cursor method. So basically, it just makes the cursor visible and unlocks the cursor. So it won't just be locked in one position in our screen. So here, as we start the main menu script, it will call that method. And here, we have play game method and quit game method. So this is for our play and quit buttons. Okay, to simply explain it, this calls the scene that has the index 1, which is our map 1. If you remember our scene in build assignment. And then here, basically, it just quits the game and stops the game from playing. And that's it. So we have to set this up in our main menu scenes and loose scene. Okay, for setup, we will want to go to our main menu scene. So scenes and main menu. So double click that. So as you can see, we have nothing here. So since this is a main menu, we have to create a UI for it. So what we want to do is right click UI and create a panel. So we can switch to 2D view for this. So as you can see, there is an event system which is important when creating UI, and also the panel is a child of canvas, which is also important. Okay, next is we create buttons. So you can just click canvas, right click UI, and find buttons. So there, button text mesh pro, and we'll name this play. As you can see, they also have a text object as a child, so we change it to play. And then we can just copy paste for quit. So we're gonna rename this quit. Then change the text to quit. We can just reposition it. So as you can see, there's not too much going on so far, but we'll make it better looking. So what we want is resizing our button. So we can just go to scale and resize it to 3. Same as the quit button. I think this is better. So we can just adjust it below. So little by little, it kind of looks like a main menu. So what it lacks is like more art for it. So I did prepare a UI assets for this. So we have here our panel and our button. So to replace the image of our panel, we can just drag this. Although also ensure that the images that you're going to use as UI are set to sprite, 2D and UI. So again, let's go to panel, main menu panel, drag it, bam. And we just gonna set it to white, then the opacity to 1. There we have our panel background. And then for the buttons, we can actually replace the image as well instead of using the default one. So let's just move this here. I want the quit to be a bit near the play. Okay, that should be fine. So let's go to play. We can just remove the text since we're using an image. So play. Okay, we have to fix that in a bit. And then our quit. Okay, what happens if we add? Okay, we have to remove the text. So we're just gonna fix this up a bit. So the height, it's in the height. So let's set it to like 60 or maybe 70. Yeah, 70 looks fine. So set the height to 70. And there we have it. So as you can see, it looks like a full-blown main menu, but when we play it, you can see it is interacting with the button, but it doesn't do anything when we press the button. That's because we haven't been using the main menu script. So what we want to do, go to event system, drag that script in the event system, then go to our play button first. So go to the button component and you'll see this on click, list is empty. So what we need to do is add to the list, then assign our object. So that will be event system, then select a function. So you can see our main menu here, which is the main menu script. And we'll select the method for playing a game, which is this one, play game method. So let's do the same thing with quit. Quit game. Okay, so let's run the game. There, as you can see, once I click play, it loads the game. It loads map 1. But when we click quit, it will stop the game. It will quit the game. So that's it. So we'll do the same process for our loose menu with a different panel background. Okay, now that we have set up both our loose scene and main menu, let's go to map 1. Also ensure that you save your scene whenever you did changes, and go to our player health script, because we'll be changing what happens once our player die. Actually, let's open our scene management script as well as reference. So what we want to do is copy the library, and in our death, so here, if respawn point not null, so instead of a respawn point, we can just load the loose scene. So scene manager load scene. Oh, whoops. So move the scene to the loose scene. So loads loose scene, and let's just remove this, maybe on this one. Okay, so it's in index 1, so that is the map 1. So remember to always keep note of what index the scene you want is. So 01, it should be 2, which is the last scene that we assigned a while ago. Okay, saved. So we have the library. So let's try it out. Actually, let's try from our first scene, from our main menu scene, once it compiled. Okay, so let's start from here. Okay, play. Then let's look for a bear. Bear, okay. Come at me. Oh. Okay, you died. So that's it. So you want to play again or you quit? So we choose quit. So that's it for our scene management. So that's it for this part. So see you on the next one.